President Bongbong Marcos reveals that another note verbal was sent to China following the water cannon attack on the Philippine Coast Guard. Marcos says Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo had visited Chinese ambassador to the Philippines Wang Shilian to discuss the incident.
The usual, ang ating Secretary Foreign Affairs ay pinuntahan si Ambassador Huang ngayong araw at nagdala ng isa pang note verbal kasama na ang mga picture, mga video kung ano mga pangyayari at titignan natin kung ano yung kanilang magiging sagot.
The president says the Philippines will continue to assert its sovereignty, but notes that communication with China should remain open.
We continue to assert our sovereignty. We continue to assert our territorial rights in the face of all of these challenges and consistent with the international law and UNCLOS especially. So that is always been our stand, and but we still have to keep communicating with the Chinese government.
A note verbal is a diplomatic message from one government to another done through official representatives. The Philippine Coast Guard earlier reported that the China Coast Guard on Saturday fired water cannons at Philippine vessels in the West Philippine Sea. The Department of Foreign Affairs and National Security Council demand that China stop its coercive and unlawful activities in the West Philippine Sea. This comes after the China Coast Guard fired a water cannon at the Philippine Coast Guard and military supply ship bound for Ayungin Shoal on Saturday. National Security Council Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya stressed that the Permanent Court of Arbitration's 2016 ruling on the South China Sea asserts the Philippines' exclusive rights to the West Philippine Sea.
We demand that the government of the People's Republic of China immediately cease and desist all its coercive, unlawful, and unacceptable activities in the West Philippine Sea. This government will not lose any inch of our territory. Our position is clear. The award is final and indisputable, and we firmly reject attempts to undermine it.
Meanwhile, DFA spokesperson Teresita Daza echoed NSC's call.
The Philippines demands that China immediately stop its illegal activities in our maritime zones. As a low tide elevation, Ayungin Shoal can neither be the subject of a sovereign claim, nor is it capable of appropriation under international law, a fact affirmed by the 2016 arbitral award. China cannot, therefore, lawfully exercise sovereignty over it.
Daza also confirmed that a note verbal had been issued against China over this water cannon incident. This brings the number of diplomatic protests filed against China to 445 since 2020. Of this number, 35 were filed in 2023. President Bongbong Marcos calls on government agencies to prepare for climate change. His statement comes after Typhoon Egay, Typhoon Falcon, and the enhanced southwest monsoon dumped rains over parts of the country. During the distribution of government assistance in Pampanga, Marcos noted the large volumes of rainfall caused by the weather systems, adding that the Philippines should brace for the effects of climate change.
Kailangan natin paghandaan talaga itong ating tinatawag na climate change. Nagbabago po ang panahon. Hindi sumusunod sa dati. Dahil wala naman tayong magagawa sa weather, pero sa paghanda para sa mga magiging biktima ng mga baha, ng mga bagyo, ay pinag-aandaan natin ang mabuti. Nandiyan po lahat ng pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan.
Egay, Falcon, and the southwest monsoon caused widespread flooding in different parts of the country in July, affecting around 3 million people. The Marikina city government says it plans to file charges against a drone systems operator and provider for showing an inverted Philippine flag during the closing ceremony of the 63rd Palarong Pambansa. In a statement, the Marikina city government says it will sue Drone Tech Philippines, who was responsible for the drone presentation that depicted an upside-down Philippine flag. Under the flag and heraldic code of the Philippines, displaying the flag with the red field on top means that the country is at a time of war. In response, the company issued an apology for what it called a grave mistake during the show. Drone Tech Philippines says it was unable to test and notice the error in its drone show programming due to days-long inclement weather. For upcoming shows, the drone system's operator and provider said it would execute proper protocols in testing its drones.
Game na sinagot ng magjowang sina Carlo Aquino at Charlie Dizon ang mga personal questions tungkol sa kanilang relasyon. Very obvious na super happy ang dalawa sa piling ng isa't isa nang humarap sila sa press con para sa bago nilang movie na Third World Romance. In fairness, mas open na sila ngayon sa pagbabahagi sa publiko ng kanilang relasyon. Sa katunayan, sweetness overload ang magjowa habang nakikipagtsikahan sa press sa naganap na MediaCon para sa kanilang first movie together. Inamin ni Carlo na siya talaga ang unang nagparamdam na gusto niya si Charlie. Unang-una raw sa mga rason kung bakit na-inlove siya sa dalaga ay dahil sa smile at tawa nito. Say naman ni Charlie ang ilang qualities na nagustuhan niya kay Carlo ay ang pagiging maalaga at very gentleman. Tungkol naman sa mga kissing scenes nila Charlie at Carlo sa Third World Romance, aminado ang dalaga na medyo na-awkward siya sa mga nasabing eksena dahil first time niyang nakahalikan ang tunay niyang boyfriend sa isang eksena. Para naman kay Carlo, may mga kissing scenes na raw siya sa kanyang past projects pero syempre iba pa rin daw yung feeling nakahalikan niya sa harap ng kamera ang kanyang girlfriend. Samantala, inamin din ng celebrity couple na napag-uusapan na rin nila ang kanilang future together. Umaasa nga silang sanay natagpuan na nga nila ang forever sa isa't isa.
Masabi na usapan namin, future namin together, na magkasama kami, magkakapamilya. Bakit pa kami umabot sa ganito, di ba? Kahit sino naman, di ba, yun ang goal, kaya ka nakikipag-relasyon. Para may makasama ka.
Kapag nagsimula pa lang ito lahat, sabi ko, parang nakalatag na agad yun, na parang...
Matanda ako.
Hindi nakalatag na agad na parang, ano ba to, enter lang na relationship, pero gusto ko pag-relationship serious talaga. As in, ganun. So kung hindi, okay lang na hindi. Yun yung sinabi ko rin sa kanya.
Ito po si Ervin Santiago at yan ang Bandera Chika natin today.